You get a strong color out of this. This place has seen better days. Some kind of device. The metal reflects the sun. To send a signal? Looks like some kind of lens. Guess I'll keep it for later. There's another watchtower on that ridge across the valley. Looks like a long climb to get up there. I don't think I can get past them. Guess I should leave it for now. I'll mark this spot in my focus. Come back later. gemstone. It's green like blaze, but it's hard and shiny. I wonder if merchants would be interested. Must be Chainscrape. Jaruf said I could get my bow upgraded in there. Might be able to tinker with my other gear, too.
Outlander approaching.
Is that the Savior?
Wanna come in, Savior? Welcome to Chainscrape, Savior.
Open up, guys. Jorv's orders.
Good enough for me.
By the Forge.
Petra?
Aloy, what are you doing here? About time there was something worth looking at in this dump.
It's nice to see you, too.
And not a moment too soon. Come on. Damn brewery's the only thing I can count on in this place.
Yeah, I heard. Sheen's, work stoppage.
Oh, those are just the latest malfunctions. Chainscrape's always been a few tools short of a kit. And right there is the biggest tool of all.
Our land, not our problem.
The bristlebacks are everybody's problem.
Roland?
You've heard of him,
Yeah.
but he's a story best told over a cold beer.
Petra. I'm just passing through. I'm headed west.
Oh,
There's an embassy at Barrenlight I need to make happen, and then I keep moving.
ah, of course. Bigger gears to grind. Well, Flamehair, good to see you. Gotta move on.
Petra.
But if you want a cold beer and a few laughs with an old friend, come find me at the brewery. Your choice.
Well, this Olvan guy sounds like trouble. Maybe Petra could use some support. But first things first, I need to find that workbench and upgrade my bow.
Do I have to say it every time? A shard for your thoughts, Nora. Is that a Nora I see?
Drinks later?
Sister, I assure you, I am innocent.
I don't want to make conversation, just so you know.
Tinkering with one hammer isn't gonna kill you.
Unless Ulrun and his cronies hear it.
Ask her. I don't know what to do when I put my drink here. I just know I need it.
me if you need to tinker with that gear.
So, do you spit in the fire? Does the fire make you spit?
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Erend and help him clear the bristlebacks.
You'd think Petra would give fair warning that the Savior's about.
We are on the same side here, Olaf. The bristlebacks threaten us all.
What do you want, Ulvund? Some kind of payment?
My dear magistrate, you think I can be bought? If you want that whistle blown, all you have to do is have your soldiers remove the bristlebacks and sign the concession decree. Face it, what other choice do you have?
Hi.
Savior, what auspicious timing. Might we discuss a matter of importance to the Sundom?
We might. Later.
Very well. I shall be waiting.
So, the Savior herself. Walloper of Derval, gutter of youth.
Maybe.
I've heard many tales of your beauty and heroics, my fierce lady warrior. Ulvund Freeholder, at your service. So, what could have dragged you away from the fine silks and wine of Meridian to this smudge of a settlement? Your saviorly attention must be needed elsewhere.
I'm here for the embassy and...
The embassy? Why, by the forge. Ah. Greater gears for greater matters. Guess that means you'll be moving on.
Once I've dealt with any problems around here that need my... saviorly attention.
Ah, the bristlebacks, of course. Got to get rid of them if you want that embassy to take place. Well, best get to it, hey? And off you go.
Not so fast. You don't seem to have a high opinion of the magistrate?
Well, I refuse to play nice to see robed when my fellow laborers are being bullied in tips. Someone had to step up and...
You don't seem to have a high...
Well, when in tip...
How...
No, nobody ever...
And where...
The card... Someone had...
You ordered the...
Indeed I did. Until the Carja clean up their... I'm not risk...
Fair deal.
It's not my... It's on behalf of who do all the backbreaking. All we're asking for a land work...
Right.
Only an amount appropriate to my con...
If Chainscrape is on Carja land, shouldn't a Carja be in...
The sensibilities of good Osram folk. You think a Carja can head this whole... Ah! The magistrate can barely make the trek from Barren Light without losing a few...
So you have no real authority then?
Anyone who has followers has authority. I mean, and it's honest folk know...
You said you founded
Practically. I alone saw its potential when it was just a smatter... I invested in the mine, convinced some... You could say Chainscrape is...
Oh, so you're not just standing around...
Not at all. But my main priority is to look after the...
Where's the whistle?
Right in the middle of... But with the threat out there, I'm not endangering...
I'm going to clear out the bristlebacks. And when I'm done...
If that's what it takes.
Just be ready to blow the whistle. Better see what that Carja magistrate wanted. I bet he's in the tavern. What happened to you?
That damn mine.
Won't be the last injury if Ulvin keeps shoving those tongs into those tunnels.
What mine?
Northeast of Chainscrape. I told Corvin we should stop when the first cave-in, but... Ulvin probably threatened to cut off her...
How about you slow down? You mentioned you were...
Yeah. Corvin and the others were opening a new vein while I was checking. As soon as their blast hit, might have dodged it if I wasn't running on barely a spark of sleep. We were pushing too hard.
And you're afraid Corvin and the others...
Mm-hmm. Hit the nail right...
How come Ulvin's in charge?
Tried telling Ulvin. He brought in all the backing to get him... Fire and spit.
Who's Corvin?
He's their foreman. The kind that knows how to deal with management. But Ulvin... Corvin's been doing his best to appease. He even blamed himself for my injury when it was old.
Sounds like a good...
That's why we all put up with the long... But if the whole mine becomes I'd rather suffer Ulvin's wrath.
I could check in on your crew if I'm in... Shop looks closed.
Yep.
Can I still use the workbench?
I ain't gonna stop you.
Anyone see where I put my drink?
Yeah, moving an offering for the poem sounds like a great idea. How fast can you go?
An Ostrom hammer.
Hey, Mildef. Mildef. I took some of your stew last time I went into the wilds. Kept me going for a week. Felt like I could have put a strider in a sleeper hold.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Sounds like you're serving up some impressive provisions here.
Not again. You can have the discount too, but you'll have to come back later.
I think you have me confused with someone else.
Ulvin didn't send you?
No.
Oh, my apologies. It's just that his minions won't stop pestering me. Now I've even worn out my special grill. Since I'm in the midst of a crisis, perhaps you could skip to what it is you wanted?
Some of your food?
Of course.
Are Ulvin's people?
Oh, yeah. But the equipment I need to make my signature dishes, and don't get me started on the Ulvin dish.
And if you...
I make meals.
How did you end up in...
Heard about a new and upcoming town. Where there's a town, there's a tavern. So I got my... Some of these people had never tasted proper boars and berries stew before. Anyway, next thing I knew, people kept coming back.
Your last customer mentioned your cooking really kept him going. Where I'm headed, I could...
I would be happy to oblige, especially since you... But my special groove, without it... I hate to think what'll happen when I'm... Even if I already had the right ingredient... Unless...
What do you need?
For the ingredients. A few pieces of decent wild meat. That'll do. As for the griddle... Until I can have a new one, you'd likely find one in a scrounger pile. If you follow the river... Don't worry, I'll clean... You'll have no issue finding, assuming you're as much a...
Thanks, Mildef.
So that's what gratitude...
And don't let anyone push you around, okay?
If you say so.
Savior, thank and my condolences that you had to...
I've dealt with worse.
The idea that the Carja purposely... It's completely... But the louder and long, the more support he'll get.
How did the...
No one knows for sure, but unless they have... I don't see how they could have come over...
No other way.
The only way I know about... Look, if you can help me shut up...
What is this
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as Oseram Holding. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because...
Exactly. He could secure more
He can't get those investments?
No. Not why. Hence, why the... And why blaming, no matter how...
How did...
I asked for the post overseeing the entire... It was an...
But your job would be a lot like Ulvund.
Ulvund's not... He's been around... Well, I have to.
How does blaming the Carja for the bristle...
Look around. Claiming that the Oseram... Well, and with Ulvund has...
And if the
Correct.
You said the bristlebacks were for...
Yes, according to Sid, the grab... He took off and...
Good place to start looking.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvund will... And maybe that...
Don't let Petra hear you say that. Proper survey of the valley. If you call a few squiggles on a piece of paper a map, sure. Okay. Shoot. This is proper survey. Am I lost or am I? You want Just as you keep blurring it out, doesn't mean you're
Blam! Gotta catch up and speak.
Even the savior of
Change your mind about that?
Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Well, aren't I got an extra set? A Tanakh original strike. Sit. I'll give you something special. All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakh like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there is how many victory points you'll get for destroying that machine. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move. how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so we're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces? Try with that machine on your right first. Now move the piece. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against the opponent's. A machine's combat power is a combination of the terrain your machine is standing on and its own attack power. This board only has grassland terrain, which has no effect on a machine's combat power. And your current machine has 2 points of attack power. So in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't the one attacking, it has 0 points of attack power. And just like your machine, it's not affected by grassland terrain. So right now, the difference in combat power between the 2 machines is 2 points. This means your machine can do 2 points. Did you get all that? Knew you were smart. Finish up by attack. Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't? You can make your machine sprint. That lets it move 1 space further. Try it out. Try sprinting up to one of my machines. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now, some players like to take a risk and overcharge their machine in cases like this. Overcharging lets you attack after a sprint, but it will damage your machine's health by 2 points. So use it your own. Let's try doing that now so you can see. That's about it for your turn then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there and you'll do some damage, but not a lot. Now, red shows the machine's weak points. Hit those and you'll deal a mighty blow. Here, let me show you. Rotate that piece so your machine faces mine. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but hasn't moved yet. Go on. Move your machine downwards. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. But if you overcharge your machine, you can attack a second time. And by the look of your machine's health, you'd be sacrificing your piece to defeat mine. But sometimes, that can be a good thing. Overcharge your machine to attack mine a second time, and I'll show you what I mean. Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out at the same time as mine, we both get the victory points our machines are worth. Good news is, since you're the one attacking, you're going to receive your victory points before I do. Which means you can reach the coveted 7 victory points first. That's why sometimes losing a piece can be the best way to end a game in your favor. Now, You'll notice you didn't get quite up to 7 victory points this time, but you did destroy all my pieces. That means you're the winner! That wasn't so hard. Just remember, you'd be surprised I know it saved my behind.
I'll try.
Oh, these are all my spare pieces. It's a small set, but it should be enough. You might even, they've got all, though they'll need the right, or, no, I've lost my brouhaha. No need to thank me, always. Now, if you feel like playing, I could even teach you a few more tricks if,
thanks.
I knew I'd make a strike player out of you yet. How about this time I tell you how to use a board's terrain to your advantage? This one's got all... Knowing when and how to... Terrain mainly affects your machine. As you know, you compare its the higher your machine's... So finding the right terrain is an essential... Here, I'll show you. Grab that piece to your left and move to attack my machines. Now let's take a look at your machine's combat power. Combat power is the sum of a machine's attack power and the value of the terrain it's standing on. Since your machine is attacking, it's using its 2 points of attack power. It's also standing on forest terrain. Add those together, and your machine has 3 points of combat power. My machine is standing on grassland terrain with a value of 0 points. It's also not attacking, which means, so my combat power, this means your machine can, go ahead and test it out. There you go. Now, it can also help defend. Grab your other piece and place it in front of my second machine. Since it's standing on grassland terrain, this means your machine's combat power adds up to 2 points. My machine can't use their attack power since they're defending their position. But they have the higher ground. They're standing on forest terrain, which is worth 1 point. This means my combat power adds up to 1 point. Now, the front of my machine is colored blue. This means that the spot you're about to attack has armor protecting it, which means my machine gets an extra point, giving it a total of 2 combat power points. If we compare the combat power of both machines, you'll see that you won't be able to do any damage. Whenever you're unable to top an opponent's combat power, you can still choose to attack and break their machine's defenses instead. Go ahead, try it out and see what happens. Ha! See? When you break a machine's defenses, you can knock it backwards. Sure, both our machines will receive 1 point of damage, but knocking my machine off that terrain makes it more vulnerable to attacks. Not only that, if my machine had been blocked from moving backwards, it would have received an extra point of damage. And if my machine had been blocked by another one of my pieces, that machine would have received damage as well. That's why breaking a machine's to deal damage useful, right? There's still one more thing I want to show you. All right, as we've seen, the higher the terrain, the more it'll add to your machine's combat power. However, there are 2 other terrains. This is what we call a chasm. Only flying machines can be played, but it'll take away 2 combat points if you do, so be wary. This is marsh terrain. Landing on it will take away 1 combat power point from most machines. It'll also keep your machine from moving for the rest of the turn. Here, let me show you. Grab that machine on your left. See? All you can do now is wait for your next turn to move again. Or you can overcharge your machine to get out of there. You can still attack any nearby enemies so you're not completely helpless. Well, I promise it'll all come in handy. Here for more tips? Why don't I tell you a bit more about the pieces we used to play? In a normal game, you get to choose which machine. Each one is worth a certain and you can spend knowing what each machine. Building an army that is the key. When assembling your army, first and foremost, you can never have more than 4 of the same machine. With that in mind, most how far they can move, but a real strike player will. Let's take a quick look, shall we? All right, let's talk about the different ways in which a machine attacks its opponent. In other words, if you look at your notes, you'll see this machine here is a melee type. You can also tell by the shape of the base the piece stands on. A melee type machine attacks the first enemy within. We've seen this plenty of times, so just move that piece forward so I can show you some more stuff. Great, now grab your other machine. Looks like we've got ourselves a gunner type machine here. This means they'll only hit the farthest enemy in their attack range. Let's move that machine forward so we can take a look at the rest. Let's go with this piece first. This is a ram type machine. Attack an enemy with it and it'll push the piece backwards. Like this. See, now my machine has taken over your machine's spot on the board. This is your opponent if we have one more piece to look at. Now this is a... Otherwise, you won't be able to attack at all. Here, I'll show you. Look, it even rotated your piece. A nifty little piece you'll definitely want in your set. If you look at your notes, you'll notice this particular machine has one of the skills I mentioned before. There's quite a few of those, and we haven't even looked at all the machine types yet. But I'm pretty sure you've got more important things. It's got all the tips. I think that about does it for now, so... Let's play! Your turn. Time to get serious. Board's all yours. Come up. Ah, down to one piece. I might win this thing. I won! Oh, but I'll play you again if you want. This is gonna be fun. Time to make my move. You're up, Red. Okay, let's see. That's it for me. My turn. Your move, Red. You got me down to one piece. I am impressed. Ah, not that easy to get through my machine's armor, is it? Come up. done! Probably shouldn't sound so surprised, huh? Here we go. Time to make my move. You're up, Red. Just one piece left. Your move, Red. Oh, I thought I had that one. Let's do this. Time to get serious. Your turn. My turn. Board's all yours. That was brutal. Okay, let's see. That's it for me. Time to make my move. One less piece on the board. You're up, Red. I'm up. Oh, only one machine left. My turn. Board's all yours. Guess I shouldn't have left that weak spot open, huh? Off the board it goes. to get serious. That's the game. You up for a rematch? Good luck. Okay, let's see. Your move, Red. Come up. Your turn. Time to get serious. Knocked right off the board. Well, that's done now. You're up, Red. Time to make my move. Your move, Red. Not looking good for you, Red. Okay, let's see. That's it for me. Off the board it goes. Now that was a game, even if I lost. Good luck. Your turn. Time to get serious. Board's all yours. Okay, let's see. One less piece on the board. Time to make my move. Your move, Red. I like that piece where it was. That was brutal. I'm up. Knocked right off the board. You're just hammering down on my pieces now. Well, that's done now. Knocked right off the board. Off the board it goes. You got me, fair and square. Here we go. You're up, Red. My turn. Your turn. One less piece on the board. That's it for me. Well, that's done now. My turn. Board's all yours. Time to make my move. That's it for me. Oh, seriously? That was brutal. You're up, Red. Whoa! Got me good. Yikes. I better step up my game. Time to get serious. Well, that's done now. Well, spark my forge. You have beaten me on every one of my boards. Now that deserves a prize, I say. Come back anytime, Red.
Better matter than a badger with rabies to start with.
That reminds me.
Almost ready to go?
Oh, hold up. I...
Where are you off to? Dead machine. It must be a bristleback. Maybe Erend took it down? Is that a tripwire? The whole area's rigged with them.
Hey! You! Make it worth your while if you kill these scroungers!
It's always something.
Hold tight! I'll see what I can do!
Try luring them into the tripwires!
Frosting would work.
Why kill it like that? What do you think the tripwires are for? Just like I thought.
That's the last one.
Hello, Red. What a day, what a day. Thank the Forge you showed up. Tripwire's handy, but machine hunting's a youngin's game. Come on over. Let me give thanks proper like. I see you're a practiced hunter. Took you less time to kill those scroungers than Vanguards to kill one.
So the Vanguards came through here?
Yeah, just a bit ago. But then those scroungers showed up to carve the cart. Then another bristleback ran through.
So the Vanguard...
Probably. The Vanguard seemed dim.
I see.
Hold on there, Red. You're gonna go chasing across the Daunt. Not just any tripcaster. One of my make.
Workmanship looks solid enough.
Yep. Been tweaking the designs. More room to tinker out here and less chance.
Did something... Let me guess.
Back when I had a place in town, he kept pressing for the Ulvin discount. I can't prove it, but that Jeff Bucket set my workshop on fire. Felt it best to put some distance between.
Cable car operator told me the bristlebacks. Do you know anything about them?
How is old Karn? Back in the day, me and him, there was this one time that...
Anything about the...
No. Karn said true. Lucky for me, I've got you and the Vanguard swooping in.
I should get...
While you're blasting bristlebacks, I think I'll have... Did you know they have a tripcaster trial?
Maybe. So Erend headed south. Should be able to pick up his tracks with my focus. Pouch is full, but my pack has room. There's tracks headed up the hill. The errands? My focus can help me follow them. Check what my focus sees, maybe. Let's see where this leads. Sounds like someone's putting up a fight. What, me?
Another one down!
Now this is what I was forged for. No lectures to fill. No boring mid-afternoon patrols. Just the hammer. Just the fight. Aloy?
Erend! Stay where you are. I'll handle the rest.
Those bristlebacks have acid canisters on their backs. It should trigger a chain reaction if I hit them with acid arrows. Acid will do a lot. I bet I could drop those logs on the machines. If I can get them under. use for these soon enough.
Yeah, you might have to meet me halfway. Ah! Oh. Caught me at my best.
Well, you did the hard part. How bad is it?
Who needs I'm good. Okay, well, I know you didn't come all the way to the Daunt. What's the story?
I need the embassy to... Erend, what I did at the Spire, it just slowed it down.
Really? Well, that's... I mean, yeah, not the... But hey, whatever you're...
Erend, I need the embassy now.
Couple of days rest, if that.
Actually, even if you weren't hurt, what I have to do, it's better if I do it alone.
Alone? That figures.
Erend! I hate to interrupt the romance, but I'm pretty banged up here.
Don't blow your blaze, I'm coming. Oh, this just keeps getting better. Huh. Listen, I'll go to bed. If you want this embassy, we're gonna need this sun priest.
Oh, I'll clear the Valley of Bristlebacks, then I'll catch up with you there.
Well, I guess that's sort of like a goodbye.
I'm sorry?
You? Sorry?
Where is this coming from?
Hey, just, forget it, yeah?
It sounds like something.
All right, fine. No, after the Battle of the Spire, you took off. You left without so much as a handshake. I mean, people like me, we fought and bled at your side, Aloy. What kind of person does that?
Erend, look. I'm sorry it wasn't easy for you when I left. And I know it's not easy now, but... what I've been doing... Life on Earth is in danger. And only I can save it.
Your life on Earth?
Yeah. Everything dies unless I succeed.
Well, then let me help. Oh.
You can't. There's no machine. What I've got to do, not even to people I care about.
Oh, so much for being useful. Okay.
Erend!
I guess that's my cue.
Maybe I should go with you.
No, hey, you're needed.
That doesn't sound good.
You'll have to handle that one on your own. It'll only slow you down.
I'll pick these up. What are those Oseram doing out here?
Quick! Gotta scrap him before the Scroungers get him.
That Razorback's charging right at them.
Another one for the scrap pile. Your help was timely, Nora.
Just get back to Chainscrape before you get yourselves killed.
Not with all this salvage lying about. Come on, crew. Back to it.
Here's the quarry Thurles mentioned.
Break those ass chuckles! Oh, we finally got some help! That's it! Snash and express!
One less machine.
Those asses could have brought friends! Incoming!
Another one down. One less machine. Another one down. There. Quarry's safe.
Ranger, come on over here. We got a call. Over here, girl. I want to thank you.
get this thing off me!
Mighty thankful to you, Savior.
Just Aloy is fine.
Aaron mentioned you're not one for fancy titles.
You're Vanguard.
Well, here to escort Wadis's delicate behind to the embassy.
If we can get rid of these bristlebacks.
Captain said to keep an eye on Chainscrape, then these ugly lugs showed up.
Gave the first one a good beating.
But didn't quite have time to roll out of the way when it fell.
Told you it wasn't a good idea to eat that much before heading out.
I should probably get going.
Now, if you see any more of these bristlebacks...
I'll make sure to roll out of their way.
Might want to take some of these with you as well. They're handy in a pinch.
Thanks.
Stay safe, Aloy.
It's a ruin from the old world. But I could find something interesting inside. It's always good to have extra. Okay, what do we have in here? Looks like this door needs some kind of key module. Maybe there's one in the ruin? Some data survived. There's a code for the locked door in this data. But I still need to find a key module. crate. That should be useful. He was trying to pull that. Okay, gotta find a key for the door. There's more of the ruin down here. Where to now? More light down here. Well, I can't reach the ledge above now. Guess I'll have to find another way up. goes. Okay. Now where does this lead? The key module. Okay, let's see if this key fits. There. Looks like this needs a code, too. I think some of the data I picked up might help. so. I'm in. What is this thing? I'll hold on to it for now. Figure out what to do with it later.
I don't know what Honora's doing out here, but consider yourself owed. We tried to hold off and wait for the van, but one of them bristled. Next thing you know...
Is everyone okay?
We lost some good people.
Well, at least it's quiet now.
Your ears ought to be ringing with a quarrel, but Chainscrape's whistle ain't blowing, so...
You need the whistle to...
Me and my crew were just little can't lift a hammer till Olvin, because if we work without his... And my people have been through a...
Olvin holds...
He's got the money and... Almost feels like we stood a better...
What are you and your crew?
We're supposed to be working Olvin's claim, digging out stone to shore Baron, but the work stoppage and the breast... Never seen those blasted... Where in for...
I'm not sure. I need to get going.
Thanks to you, that might...
I think I've cleared out most of the bristlebacks. Chainscrape can get back to work now. I'll go give Olvin the good news. Vladis too. Then maybe this embassy can finally happen. I think I can pull that. An image from the old world. Looks like some kind of building in front of sheer cliffs. The image is incomplete. But maybe if I line it up exactly with where it was taken, my focus can fill in the rest. Looks like the building in the image might have been near a river. Maybe there used to be a bridge nearby? I think I'm out of range at the Vista Point. I gotta try again. I could try to line up the Vista Point image again. I should be within range. Okay, let's try this again. That building looks like it's in front of some sheer cliffs. Nope. I should find another spot. Ruins of a bridge. Maybe it's the same one from the image. I could try to line it up around here. Pretty sure I'm close. Got it! Huh. Completing the image unlocked a data file. It looks like these Vista Points were made by... Miriam Technologies. That was Elizabeth's company. I wonder if I can find more of them out in the wild. Time to get Ulvin to blow the whistle, then Wadis to Baron Light.
You know what we need? A proper survey of the valley.
Still here, I see.
I cleared out all the bristlebacks.
Oh, you did?
Now that you've recovered from your shock, time to blow the whistle.
Oh there, not so fast. I'll have to send someone out to confirm the kills. Make sure the valley is... Shouldn't take more than a day.
No. You blow the whistle now.
These are innocent Osram lives we're talking about here. Surely the delay...
Either you do it now, or I will.
Ah, I knew you could do it! Friends, gather round. The savior of Meridian has done it again.
What?
The Bristlebacks are defeated. You.
What?
Sound the whistle. Chainscrape is open for business.
Yay.
And Ulvin has agreed to personally pay every worker their lost wages.
Yeah!
That's more like it!
Yeah! Woo!
Ha-ha!
Yeah! Yeah!
Don't you have an embassy to get to?
Yeah, I guess I do. Well, the Chainscrape's back to work. Merchants should be open to trade. I should see if they have anything useful before I send Wadis off to Baron Light.
Garment for every purpose.
Hey! You! I know you see me!
What?
When do you think you could fix
Brought out only the good stuff for you, Red. Seeing as you got that whistle blowing.
Hey, I've been waiting to get my lucky hammer fixed for days.
You haven't done anything useful like getting rid of any bristlebacks, though, have you? Take your time. I promise you won't be disappointed. Come back anytime.
Now can I get this fixed?
I can fix your tools. Afraid there's no fixing you.
Yeah, you! Don't you think I've forgotten? I never forget.
You just gonna stand there?
Anyone see where I put my drink?
Can't go to work without
Anyone! Anyone! Oh, there it is.
The way to Baron Light is clear. Get moving.
You're not errant vanguardsman. I will move only when the captain
When
says...
I've cleared out all the bristlebacks. which I have. Captain's orders.
So they're okay?
Banged up, but breathing. And waiting up ahead for you.
But I was supposed to have 3 escorts.
I'm off to Barren Light, Wadis. Like Aloy said, Captain's orders. You can stay here.
Abandoned to the riffraff? I think not.
Guess you're coming with me then. See you there, Aloy.
Well, now that that's done, the embassy can finally get underway. If I can get through it, I'll be able to track down Silence. Hades. Maybe even a Gaia backup. Guess I could head straight for Barren Light. Or poke around the Daunt some more first. And maybe take Petra up on that drink.
Hello again. How goes your search?
About that. I should be go.
Right.
Change your mind about that brew?
No?
Let's make that 2 orders.
Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
Ha! There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Well, things aren't as bad since you got this place running again. But we still got Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. If you don't put that down, I'll come over there and show you how that game ends. Anyway, right now, I'm just worried about those refugees out from Sunfall. To come all this way enduring Forge knows what.
Shadow Carja refugees. What are they doing in the Daunt?
Looking for a new home, I gather. They're camped out by an old trailhead, southwest of here. And therein lies the problem. A Stormbird crashed up on the cliffs last week, and Talon Cleanbrokers had his eye on the salvage ever since. But the refugees have barred entrance. Mustn't interrupt their sun-scorched ritual. Something about finding a twilight path.
Huh. I never heard them talk about that before.
Yeah, well, these particular Shadow Carja are an odd bunch. But overall, they're peaceful folk. Not that it matters to Talon. He'll crack some heads to get to that salvage. Maybe you could swing by, convince him to set up camp somewhere else?
So the Bristleback... Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But bless the bellows, you cleared them out and got this place working again. That put a dent in Olvin's plans. Now, if only there were some way to smash them all together and run them out of town.
But how could Bristlebacks and the Daunt help Olvind?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the Bristlebacks came from, Olvind has taken to blaming the Carja for them. He's hoping to dig up enough old resentments to get a strike going until the concession's signed. This is just his latest attempt. He's been trying to rile up the workers since the day he rolled into town.
And people actually believe him?
Lots of folks suffered at the hands of the Mad King during the Red Raids. Give him half a reason, they'll blame the Carja for anything.
Damn Carja slavers.
I thought you'd be back.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, but realized it was running smooth. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east. Nah. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the work.
What else can you tell me?
Well, they don't call themselves, at least not anymore. They're some other brand. But whatever side of the sun they're on, they don't seem to want for nothing except prey and...
So they're just camped outside blocking entry to a wrecked Stormbird?
Don't rightly know. Should they ever wise up and salvage it? And if they get there first, then by Ostrom law, it's theirs. Not that Tolan Cleanbroker's ever lost sleep.
Who is this?
Just some chuff-huffing pawns. Lived in chain scrapes. He and Ulvin go back a ways.
So Tolland works?
Ha! Ulvin might think so. And he ain't the type to let it...
Who is this?
Just lived in... He and all...
So tall.
And he ain't the...
So about...
Around here?
How'd he end up in...
He got here early. He knew rebuilding... So he getting investors to... Thing is, and the Sun King can... That's why he's desperate.
This concession...
It's pegged.
A writ that would put all Osram claims, even though they're on card. It would mean that any existing stone and timber claim, no more risk, no more hesitation claim to pour in the shop. And since Ulvund has it would make him richer, not to mention chain scrape, so he could buy enough. He's a sly old, but figures if he keeps...
Well, if I'm up that way, I'll...
Much appreciated.
Petra said Tolland has a shop here in Chainscrape. I could have a word with him first.
I'm sorry, I'll be right with you.
Okay, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm saying it's overkill.
It's a weapon. Kill is the point.
Not if it blows the user's arm off. Oh, just stop talking.
Where are we? Ah! So, you look like...
Actually,
Could you just not? I am with a customer.
I'm not a customer.
I got it! Triple the powder. It'll blow a Strider sky high. Ba-boom. One-shot kill. Guaranteed.
Maybe I am.
Then you are in the... How would you like to be the proud owner of the world's first machine-enhanced...
Explosive, done in one, machine wrecking.
Yet perfectly safe, javelin thrower.
Are you two from around here?
Nah, the claim. Dad sent us out west in search of some unknown opportunity. Said we'll...
Sounds like you had other ideas.
Let's just say that opening another trading post for my parents isn't how I want to make my mark in this world. I imagine traveling alone must be nice.
So, she's your partner?
My apprentice.
And my sister. She's why we're out here. There was an incident. Another incident.
Involving explosives?
Ba-boom!
And Dad's precious homebrew. He shipped us out the next day.
Huh. Tell me more about this.
Saw a scroll when I was a kid by some Karja scholar. Had a scary drawing of a Tenakth warrior hunting with... Effective? Yes. But coming out here, and I'm on the brink.
Whereas I will perfect it.
I can use machine parts to enhance the...
Well, Boomer here is namely with explosive...
Boomsticks.
Why not both?
That. I need the parts to make the first working model.
Well, for starters, charger horns.
Yeah, that. Otherwise they break.
But the real innovation, keep it to yourself, is a fang horn rib.
There's a mean one east of here. Blow it.
Boomer! You get him for me. It's you.
You have a deal.
it's you. The machine hunter that bailed out the Carja.
Never heard it put that way before.
What do you want?
Heard you've been hassling refugees up by the cliffs.
Yeah, well, you heard wrong. There's salvage up there. A Stormbird. Nailed it myself with a harpoon here in town. Not an easy shot if I do say so myself. It clipped its wing. And it crashed into the old tower up there. Killed it quick. Yeah, so if anyone's hassling anyone, it's the Shadow Carja filth that's blocking the way up to my claim.
And you're ready to crack some skulls to get to it?
No need. It's a raggedy bunch. Probably all starved before I have to lift a finger.
We'll see about that.
Oh yeah, we will, won't we? Now shop's closed to Carja lovers. On your blasted way.
Come on! This is serious fighting, not a drunken brawl.
You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world up, and not just against names older. Best place to practice, say. You, the savior.
Who?
The Enduring. I've heard the Tanakh. It's other warriors, and only the very...
So...
You'll have to go 3 clans. My guess is the Tanakh don't. But that's a far... I also...
Who would I be fighting?
Well, I know you, but you have to beat off. We only used old blades, and these drunken fools would run themselves. You'll have to leave everything but your speed. But I'll look after... So, what...
I might be.
That's what I...
Yeah. Ignoring me again?
Attacks are fast, but easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks. Heavy attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack. Power attacks smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage. But they're slow and leave you vulnerable, so pick your moment.
Almost ready to go? Yeah!
That spear of yours seems to energize after attacks. I think landing heavy attacks in combination will energize the system. Now to use that energy, try attacking your enemy. See if you can energize them. And their armor's off. It took energy. See if you can trigger a blast to cause damage.
Come on, anyone! Make my name!
Bit busy now, but we'll talk soon.
Like this one.
This one goes to the Nora. think your spear can deal with that armor? Use attacks to energize your spear. Then hit your opponent with a heavy or power attack to blast the armor off.
Can't win my round.
Almost ready to go?
Finally, someone interesting to part the cards.
That spear can give you the edge in battle. Keep energizing it, and then your enemies. Triggering those energy blasts should help you vanquish your opponents.